Hello, Hola, Konnichiwa, Salaam, Ciao Namaste. Peace to all. This is Soulology, the science of the soul. And what we're going to get into today is simply the 7 reasons why it's important to love yourself. There are a lot of people out there who feel like they're not important, that they're not good enough, that loving them is not really a good thing in a sense. And I was one of those people who felt that way, that I would give my all to everybody else, but I couldn't give all to myself. And that took a lot of time for me. And one of the things that I had to realize was, for number one, I had to stop judging myself. I was a very judgmental person to not only other people, but a lot more to myself. And the thing about most people that we don't realize is we are so judgmental to ourselves that we give it to others. What we give to others, we give to ourselves, and we give out that judgment, and it comes right back to us. We talked about in a later video about judgment and how it's an illusion, and the importance of loving yourself is to know that there's no need to judge yourself because of who you are and how amazing you are as a person. And in loving yourself is vitally important in just growing who you are and enjoying life for yourself. And number two, not only enjoying life, but just one of the hardest things while I was trying to stop judging myself was stopping what we call right or wrong. Why do I say that? Right or wrong has played a big role in the causes that are not benefiting our entire well-being of this planet. We've used right or wrong as a matter of fact, as a badge sometimes, to present what we believe is authority or believe morally correct. But there's nothing correct about what anyone does, because for each person there's an individual thing in their own individuality that works personally for them. What works for you might not work for me, and what works for you might work for me. But when we are willing to adopt and evolve that, instead of believing that you're wrong because of this and this and that, because of the facts of this and this and that, but question for many things that we call fact, we don't know if it's fact sometimes. For instance, we know that there's per se 7 billion people on this planet, but we don't know personally if that's the truth. We haven't gone out and seen and gone to count 7 billion people. And on top of that, even when we're talking about 7 billion people, you have to remember there are different civilizations that haven't even been found on planet Earth, or really shown on planet Earth, to be counted as part of that 7 billion. So it makes you really think about the way we act and what we consider fact. We consider fact when someone's at a court and persuades the court to believe someone else's side who might even be guilty. It's okay. We're going to find a way to make sure everybody gets a chance to win and grow the evolutionary chain of who they are in loving themselves. But you see the point of finding what works and what doesn't work for yourself. It's valuable because it allows you to evolve yourself to your highest form, instead of what people would tell you what you should be doing or what should be considered a form for you to be. Number 3. Have you ever watched, I believe it's Star Wars? And one of the sayings that always connects with people that everyone remembers, including myself, is may the force be with you. You see, the thing about you is the reason you should love yourself is to know that truly you are neither weaker nor stronger than anyone else. Because the truth is you are the greatest force here. So may the force be with you. You are the greatest force in who you are, because we are all connected and we are all one with each other. And in understanding we are all one and that we are all the same being, you understand and see much more within yourself and take the time to actually sit down with yourself. And even if you feel there's certain flaws in you, you grow on that. I remember especially when I was a vegan, as growing as a vegan, I made a lot of mistakes, and I still do sometimes. I'm not perfect. Sometimes someone might put something accidentally in my food, and instead of getting upset, and don't get me wrong, I've gotten upset a few times, but I've learned, and I had to teach myself to remember, there's no reason to get mad about it because it's gonna happen. There's nothing to worry about. I can just keep going from here. And whether it be becoming fit, whether it be loving yourself more, whether it be meditating to be stress-free, taking the time, even through what you would consider mistakes, is going to help you. Like I said in one of our past illusions of failure, failure doesn't exist. So the more times you keep going, you have to understand it's meant to happen to gain your success anyways. And the more you are consistent in doing that for yourself, the more you will see that, and you will see the God, the goddess, the creator within. And knowing that to know thyself is to know the creator within, who you truly are. So I say we're going to stop right here, and we're going to go on to part 2 very soon.